Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit Podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you here today. Today is Wednesday the 30th of October, 2013, and this is episode 61. 61. That's a lot. We'd like to say a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. Love. Y'all are awesome. And a big hello to any new viewers. I know we have some new ones this week. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. We have a couple of new members who introduced themselves in our Ravelry group this week. And if you are a new member, or if you're an old member and haven't introduced yourself in the introductions thread, if you'll do that, we'll give you a shout out on the next podcast. So, Damaris, do you want to give a couple of shout outs?
Laura
Mag, I think.
Laura Mag, who is Laura in Wales, UK, and Maggie T.N., who is Florence in Southeast Tennessee.
So welcome to both of you. Glad to have you. Yeah. So we have quite a bit to talk about today, like normal. I don't know why I say that every week. We always have a lot to talk about. So we probably should get started. So here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So Damaris, what's on your needles?
More like what's not on my needles.
How about that? So what is this?
This is the body, the finally complete, well, almost completed body of my Watson sweater based off the Dr. Watson's Cabled Crewneck pattern by Trudy Brown. The yarn, which I don't have a ball of yarn, is Baroque Vintage in the Oats colorway, and I'm not using any needles.
But you used US 3s and 4s for this.
Yes.
So tell us what progress you have made this week.
This week I finished the front and the shoulder shaping for both sides, I think.
You'd already done the shoulder shaping for the back, but for the front you did.
The shoulder shaping for the front, and then the collar.
Well, and you had to graph the shoulders.
Oh, yes.
And then we picked up stitches.
You picked up stitches.
I helped her pick up stitches for the collar, and you did the collar.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have left?
What I have left, I need to hem the sleeves, which I'm doing right now, and then hem the collar, and then sew the sleeves in. Hopefully I can do that today.
Because what was your goal?
To have it finished by tomorrow.
I think it's going to happen.
Mostly so I can wear it tomorrow.
Yes, so I think it's going to happen. I really do. I'm very proud of you. You rock. So what's up next after this?
Hopefully a quick pair of fingerless gloves.
I guess that's what you'll have to take to knit night tomorrow night. So, well, awesome. I'm very proud of you. And if you follow Damaris on Instagram or us on Twitter, because I retweeted it, you saw a picture of her wearing the body without the collar done. In fact, that'll be in our Yummies section because that was your favorite Instagram photo this week for yourself. So, yeah, you have to sew that sleeve in and hem up the side. Stitch up the side. So, it looks great.
So I'm going to be hemming for the rest of the episode.
That doesn't mean you don't get to talk. You have to still talk.
I know.
Okay. Well, let me talk about what's on my needles. First up is my brand new sock pattern design, which is called Socks for 10 Doctor Who Inspired Socks. I'm knitting this on Knit Picks Stroll hand painted in the coffee shop colorway. And the purple just does not show up. There's purple in this. It just doesn't show for some reason. And I'm using US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters. I finished sock 1. I'm still not showing y'all the pattern. But I finished sock 1. That's the foot, so you can see how the yarn knits up. So last week I had done probably about 40% of the leg, and so I finished the leg and the cuff on this one. And then I have cast on sock number 2 because it is a mirrored pattern, so the primary detail will be on the outside of each foot, and so this is the bottom of the sock again, but I did the toe, and I've done one full pattern repeat and part of another one. So I probably need to this evening or tomorrow send out a note to my test knitters so that I can get test knitters lined up, because I'm planning to release this around the 23rd of November, which is the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Huzzah! The next thing on my needles, ooh, that's the wrong bag. Sorry. This is the right bag. Is the Diamond Baby Blanket by Sue LaFay on Ravelry. I am doing it in James C. Brett Marble Chunky in a blue and a green colorway. And this is the baby blanket for my new nephew who's due in January. And I finished square number 6. They need to be blocked. Oh, and this is on US 9, it's 5.5 millimeters. So this is square 6 of 9.
So next you'll be on square 7 of 9.
7 of 9.
I was just waiting so I could say that.
And so that means I have to finish square 7 of 9 this week so that you can say 7 of 9 again next week. 7 of 9. I assume if they're watching our podcast, they probably know Star Trek. That one's Voyager. And then, this isn't really, oops, I know I'm leaning way out of the picture. My bag fell over here. This isn't really on the needles, but I don't really know where else to put this in the podcast, so I'll talk about it here. I am still spinning this fiber that I got from Hilltop Cloud with my spindle, and I try to do at least 10 to 15 minutes of spinning a day. I had a rough spinning day one day this week, but yesterday was better. So I'm getting more and more consistent, less areas of thick and thin. And this is all I have left of this fiber. So hopefully once I get that done, I will get it plied together and can make something with it. I'm not sure what, because I won't have that much yardage, but we shall see. And that's all that's on my needles / spindle. You ready to move on to the next segment?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
Which you'll have one next week.
Yes.
Yes. So I have one finished project this week. This is the Stay a While wrap, which actually turned out to be more like a scarf, by Louise Zass Bangham. And this is in Figgy Yarns Sifa Silver in the Earth Bronze, Moss Green, and Natural colorways. And this is yarn that was sent to me by zinaknits.com to use and review. It really, really blossomed and filled out, in my opinion, when I blocked it. Don't you think? Mm-hmm. I'm in love with how it turned out. So this is really actually more of a scarf size. It's kind of a parallelogram shape, but it's reversible. So right now you see the reverse stockinette up here, but down here you see the stockinette, and it continues on that way and flips. And then there's picot edging on both of the long ends. And I did from here, this purple thing right here, it's hard to see, all the way up to here this week, and then blocked it. So it didn't turn out as long, and I knew it wouldn't turn out as long as the pattern said because I didn't have as much yardage. But you can wear it just as kind of a scarf, or it's almost long enough to do kind of like that. That's kind of cute. What do you think?
Yeah.
So this is a gift for my new sister-in-law. So I need to probably get that in the post to her. But I really love the yarn. It was brilliant to work with. It's very soft. And like I said, it really blossomed and filled out when I blocked it. It took a while to dry after I blocked it, but that's probably because we had some rather cloudy, rainy days here for several days in a row, along with the fact that it's cotton. So it took a little bit longer to dry from blocking it than other things, but that wasn't a huge deal. I just put it off to the side and pinned it out of the way and let it dry. So thanks again to Xena Knits and Figgy Yarns for sending me this to review. I give it a 2 thumbs up, and you should definitely try it. I talked about in an earlier podcast that this has the silver in it, where if you like make gloves or something, you can still use your like your iPhone or Kindle or iPad or whatever, because it's got the silver in it that makes it conductive. So that's really pretty cool. So that's all that I finished. All right, on to the next segment. And now it's time for my favorite part of our show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Mary?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yeah. So we have quite a few. I think I'm up first. So I had told y'all in the past few months that I was wanting to knit Mel of the Single-Handed Knits podcast's Ho'aloha sweater. And in fact, I bought the yarn for it shortly after we moved here. This is King Cole Bounty Aran Weight. It doesn't have a color name. It's just color 115. And other things kept getting in the way of me doing it. And so this week I found out about the Swemo cowl that's coming up in November. Now you may have heard of the, gotta think what is the abbreviation for the thing?
NaNoWriMo.
Yeah, NaNoWriMo, which is every year in November. It's a challenge to write a 50,000 word book in the month of November. Well, this is a take on it. This is a challenge to knit a 50,000 stitch sweater or more stitches sweater in the month of November. So I am going to participate in that. So I did do a swatch this week. I'm knitting this on US 8s. And that's kind of upside down, actually. There we go. And I'm really, really close to gauge. I don't like swatching in the round like this. I tend to knit a little looser, so I was like a stitch and a row off. But I think when I knit actually in the round that I will be pretty spot on. So I swatched this week and have everything together. And NaNoWriMo cowl starts on November the 1st, so I will cast this on Friday. And there is a Ravelry group. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to do this cowl, and they have some prizes and stuff if you finish a sweater of at least 50,000 stitches and post the photo in November. You are eligible for a prize, so I'm excited about that. So, is anybody else wanting to do NaNoWriMo with me? If so, let's join in and let's get a sweater knit. All right, do you want to talk about the next thing?
Sure. Okay, so the Doctor Who 50th anniversary is on November 23rd, and they're showing it in cinemas. And the tickets went on sale last Friday.
Last Friday, yeah.
And we got some.
We get to see Doctor Who in the cinema. We get to see Doctor Who in the cinema. It was selling out very quickly. There was 3 cinemas here in Edinburgh that are showing it, because it'll be simulcast. It'll be in the cinema at the same time it's on telly. But we wanted to see it in the cinema. So we had picked out which theater we wanted to see it in. Of course, that morning when I got up to try to get the tickets online, our internet was out. Thankfully, I was able to do it on my phone, but I paid for our tickets 3 minutes after they went on sale, and over half of the tickets for that cinema were already gone. And how many seats did I say were in it? Like 240 something? I think so. I think that's about what it was. And already half of them were gone. So we're excited to go do that. And in fact, there is a really cool thing that I'm going to put a link to in the show notes. It's a Facebook thing where you can be in the credits of Doctor Who. You may have seen it. I tweeted it yesterday, and I think I put it in the Ravelry group. But you can have your name and your face put in the credits of Doctor Who. I thought it was awesome. I don't know that you or the Hubs did. I was excited. I was like, oh. It was really cool, in my opinion. Okay, I guess it's my turn again. I don't know why I set this down, because I needed it to talk about it. So, I had gotten my beginner spindle kit from Hilltop Cloud, and when I was looking at their stuff, I saw that they had spindle bags, and I didn't get one when I bought the kit because I was like, I want to try this, see if I like it first before I do that. But I tried it and I've been loving it, and so I wanted something that I could have to take my spindle out and about that would protect it. And so I went to look at their stuff online in their Etsy store. I'll put a link to their Etsy store in the show notes. And I wasn't in love with any of the fabric they had, so I sent her a message and said, can you do one for me in a different fabric? And so she sent me some options. I told her kind of what I was interested in. She sent me some options, and this is the one that I chose. The nice thing about this spindle bag is it's got I guess it's kind of like maybe a 2-liter bottle that the top's been cut off in. And so the bottom is in there, and it goes all the way up the sides, and then the fabric comes up over above it. But and then it's lined inside so that you don't have your fiber and spindle don't have any direct contact with the bottle. But it gives it support and structure so that it will protect your spindle. And it's got a ribbon closure with what are these called?
Things.
Doohickey bobber. It's got a doohickey bobber on it to slide. And then clasp, and then it's lined with just kind of a creamy fabric inside. And this right now I have in here the finished fiber that I have spun out of this one, and the spindle, and this that I still have not spun. And there's still plenty of room in there. So I think I could put quite a bit more fiber in there if I wanted to take it with me. And I really like it. So I'll put a link in the show notes to this if you're interested in getting a spindle bag. All right. Do you want to talk about the next one, or do you want me to, and then you talk about the one after, or what? The first one, and you'll talk about the second one?
Sure.
Okay. So last night, well, I don't know for sure when it came out, but I saw it last night. The new movie X-Men Days of Future Past, the official trailer came out, I think it was yesterday. And oh my gosh, it's awesome. I watched it, and then I made the Hubs watch it with me, and then I made you watch it with me because you had already gotten to bed when I watched it last night. I love Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen in it. I follow Patrick Stewart on Twitter.
Yes.
And he and Ian McKellen are like BFFs.
They are.
And Patrick Stewart is constantly posting pictures of him and Ian.
Yes, Ian does that too.
I don't think I follow Ian. I love it. I love
Yes,
Patrick
they tweet
Stewart.
the same pictures.
Oh, do they? Well, then
Yes.
I only need to follow one of them, I guess, then. But anyway, I love Patrick Stewart. And it looks so awesome. It's going to be, you have a sleeve.
Yes.
And it's hemmed.
Hemmed one of them.
So now you have another one to hem.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be a really, really, really good movie. Sometimes sequels are not as good. Yeah, But this one looks amazing. I don't know what number this is. 37 gazillion?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. But it's coming out in next May. And then we watched another trailer today.
Yes, trailer for Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I don't know when it came out. I guess probably about a week ago.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think of the trailer?
Yes.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
But Natasha and straight hair.
It's interesting to watch it, to have watched that trailer, and we're watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and seeing some familiar faces, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. We don't know when it's going to be out, just sometime next year is all we know. That's what the trailer said.
Okay.
I mean, if they've posted an official date, they didn't have it in the trailer. Yeah. Okay, I guess it's my turn again. I got a new shirt today. It just came in the post today. And, yeah, so I'm wearing it. It says, "Sarcasm is my only defense." Now, I got it from QWERTY, which is one of the daily t-shirt sites. Apparently, it's from a TV show. I don't know what TV show, because I don't watch it, because I don't know. But I saw this one come up, and I dinged, wait, that's not what you call it. What was it called when I ding the thing?
I'm not sure. You sent him a message?
Yeah, on the computer, though. And it goes ding.
Google?
Like the chat thing.
I don't know.
Whatever that's called in Google Chat. When I type the message and hit it, and it goes ding.
Oh no, I have a short tail.
You may have to add some in. The end is in sight.
Yes, it's right here. Well, you sent it to him.
Yeah, so I sent it to him. And, sometimes he doesn't pay attention or that I've sent something to him. So a lot of times I'll text him ding, and he'll text me back, dong, the witch is dead. Anyway, back to the shirt. So I dinged him with this, and I was like, look at the shirt. And he was like, that is, like, totally you. You need to get that. And so, because
he didn't say it like that.
No, he didn't say it like that, but I'm paraphrasing. But he was like, you need to get it because that is totally you. Because I tend to be pretty sarcastic in real life. So, sarcasm is my only defense. Alright, we are now ready for GGK Crafty Pad. You have a new Instagram name.
I do.
What is it?
It's D_ is a bit weird. I was trying to make it the same as my Twitter.
And is that the same as your Ravelry? No, it's Damaris Dash a bit weird on Ravelry.
Yes.
Okay. So, it's still the same account, she just changed the username. We have posted the November list.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I put as the background?
Yes. You said, here, come proofread this.
I know. Isn't it cute? I had to do the TARDIS in the Time Vortex for the 50th for November. So that list is out. More details are on our blog where the show notes are. So we are about to show you each of our favorite pictures of our own this week and our 3 favorites from y'all. And the rest of the October list and the November list. So here it comes. And that's our favorite pictures for this week. So it's never too late to join in. Take a picture every day and post it. Most people post on Instagram. But you can post on our Ravelry thread, or on Facebook, or on Twitter, or on Plurk, or on wherever you want to post. We look on Instagram and Ravelry to pick our favorites. Alright, now let's talk about Scotland. So last Thursday we went to the
Knitting group.
no before that
ECM.
the Museum of Scotland for
School.
for a homeschool group thing to get connected up with them, and then we spent some time going around the museum.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
You took a lot of pictures that you still need to send me so
I
that I can
know.
blog them.
I know.
We'll try to get that done in the next day or two, and I'll put it on my personal blog and put a link so y'all can see. I took some really neat... We went through the Scotland part of the museum. And I think you took some too, but I took some neat photos of knitting and spinning and such in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some pretty cool items with that. The museum is so big. There is no way you could do it in one day, because there's so much to see. So we'll have to go back another day, and probably another day, and probably another day. The nice thing is it's free,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very wheelchair accessible. So I was able to go through most of it. So that was kind of fun. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we look forward to going back to see some more. And then we did go to knitting group. It was the first time we've gone to knitting group since we moved here. What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yep, we had good tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the group that we're going to is the Tea Tree Tea Knitters group on Ravelry, but they don't meet at Tea Tree Tea anymore. I think they're going to change their name. There's been some talk about that. But they're also having to find a new location, so they're trying out different ones. So our plan is to go again tomorrow night,
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night. So if you're in Edinburgh and want to meet up with us, we go to the Tea Tree Tea Knitters group on Thursday nights, or at least we try to. All right, what's up next? Where are we going this weekend?
St. Abswell Festival.
Yes. So you and I are going with our friend Katie.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an hour drive away. So we're really looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing what they have available for purchase. And if any of y'all who are local are coming to that, let us know. We'll have some Geeky Girls Knit buttons with us. They're in my project bag, so I'll remember to take them. So we have a few left, so if you'd like one, you can come meet up with us, and we'll be glad to give you one. So hope to see some of y'all there. And then in a couple of weeks, on the 16th of November, I'll be going to the Edinburgh Guild of Weavers, Spinners, and Dyers again. So if you're in the area and you go to that, I'd love to meet up with you. Are you going to go with me this time?
I don't know.
We'll talk about it. She might be going with us. So, all right. Is there anything else Scotland related this week?
I don't think so.
It's been raining a lot.
Yes.
A lot. I got a sun lamp because it's been raining so much and I needed sun. So I turn on the bright lamp for an hour every day. And that helps. So, but I think it started to rain when we first started recording, but I think it's stopped now. So, because I thought about going outside to record, but it's hard to do that when it's all wet. So, all right, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So what are we reading?
Well, I finished reading The Hot Zone by Richard Preston.
So that means we can start back on the Wizard of Oz books.
Yes.
Yes, so we will do that this week. I also finished reading this week Respect the Spindle by Abby Frankamont. I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you are at all interested in spindle spinning. It has great information, and I know it will be one that I refer back to quite often in the days and weeks and months ahead. All right, Damaris, what are we watching to start with?
Doctor Who.
What? There's not a new Doctor Who episode until the 23rd.
We're rewatching it again.
Yeah, we are. Because we can. So, what are we trying to do?
Rewatch it all before the 23rd of November.
And so how much did we watch since Friday?
All of Series 1.
So we just watched 9 regenerate into 10. I don't know if we'll get to any tonight. We have NCIS and Escape Artist. The new David Tennant's new series, The Escape Artist, started last night, so we'll watch it tonight. I don't know, we might have time for an episode of 10, but it depends what time the hubs gets home. Yeah. Alright. We are also watching.
Criminal Minds. We finished watching season 1.
Yes.
Season 1. We stopped at that 2-parter.
Yeah, we saw the first half of the 2-parter, and the second half is the start of season 2, which we haven't watched yet.
Yes.
We might watch that this afternoon while the podcast is uploading. We'll see. Alright. The hubs and I are still watching Chuck. I think we may have finished season 1. No, I think we have one more episode in season 1 to watch still. I'm watching New Girls. I'm watching season 2 right now still. Yeah, crazy. I can't think what is her name that was in it last night, because I watched an episode last night. She played Jess's mom, and it was funny. Okay. You up next?
Sure. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., 1.5 Girl in the Flower Dress. Skye is looking for her parents.
Yeah.
And is she bad, or is she good, or...
Yeah, it's very questioning. I mean, one second you think she's good, and then the next you think she's bad, and you're like, okay, which is the real truth? So, I don't know. There was not an episode on yesterday.
Nope.
It was a rerun of the pilot. So the next new episode is...
1.6 FZZT.
On the 5th of November. So. Then we have NCIS 11.5 Once a Crook. Poor Tony. He wasn't sleeping, and he's losing his mind. And then the case took him back to his old days on the Baltimore PD. His hair cracked me up. Yes, very much. And did you see when Tony called Mickey? His contact photo picture is the old picture of Tony that Ziva had in her desk. Oh. I can't remember who said this line. Was it... Oh, it was the kid, wasn't it? Just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that never stops me from trying. Maybe it was Gibbs. I can't remember. This was a week ago. And then at the end, Tony snoring in his desk chair.
Through the credits.
It was adorable. Yeah, the snoring kept going and kept going and kept going through the credits. It was really funny. Next episode is 11.6 Oil and Water. That was on last night, so we'll watch it tonight. We're still watching NCIS LA Season 5. It was a pretty funny episode about Deke's motorcycle. And Hetty took it away from him. Because he's allowed to put himself into danger when he's on duty, but he is not allowed to put himself into danger when he's not on duty. It's an unspoken rule, so Hetty took his motorcycle away from him. His brand new motorcycle that he had driven like 10 miles. And that's it. It was pretty funny. I love Hetty. She cracks me up. Okay, next up is Person of Interest, 3.5. I think it's Razgovor. I don't know how you pronounce the episode title. We learned a lot about Shaw's childhood. There was an accident where her dad died and she survived in this car accident. Oh, it was awful. The problems with HR become more intense because they kidnapped this young girl who was spying. She wants to be a spy when she grows up, so she bugged the building and she recorded accidentally some secret conversations that HR was having, and so they kidnapped her because she wouldn't tell them where the tapes were. And Carter tricked her new partner, the one that was working with HR, and now he's working for her. going to be. And then the very last scene of the episode. So Shaw is sleeping and Root comes in and tases her. That's how it ended. The next episode is 3.6 Mors Prematura, which was on last night, which that means watch it tonight. Next up was Revolution 2.5 One Riot, One Ranger. And as the title suggests, this was an episode about the Texas Rangers, not the baseball team. Like Walker, Texas Ranger. Except for Walker, Texas Ranger wasn't in it. Wouldn't that have been funny if Chuck Norris had guested in it as one of the Texas Rangers? That would have been hysterical. I would have cracked up laughing. So
Broken the fourth wall because they referenced it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, they referenced Chuck Norris in the episode.
Oh.
They referenced Walker, Texas Ranger. So, and then so Charlie and Monroe showed up to see Miles and Rachel, and Aaron is afraid of who he has become because of the nanotechnology. And so he, ran away, and they convinced him to come back. It was sad. Poor Aaron. Next episode is 2.6 Dead Man Walking, which will be on tonight. We have our calendar back. It's over there. That way. So I can look at it and see what the calendar says now. I know. Y'all were missing that for me, always checking the calendar behind my head. Next up is Arrow 2.3 Broken Dolls. So Canary freed Arrow. She's the new person in the show. And then Arrow and Lance worked together to capture the doll maker. But Lance and Laurel got taken captive by the doll maker, and then Arrow saved Laurel's life. And then so Laurel is like, oh, maybe he's not bad like I think. And then Moira might get the death penalty for the earthquake machine that killed 500 and some odd people. But I think if it comes to that, I think it will be another issue of what's the worst bad, because I don't think Oliver will let her have the death penalty. I think he'll break her out. I think we'll have to see. The next episode is on tonight, episode 2.4, Crucible. All right, you're up.
Elementary 2.5 Ancient History. And okay, this is Sherlock saying this. When the one that you love is revealed to have a dark heart, it is quite excruciating. I speak from experience. And then him faking an accent.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
And Joan came in and was like, who is whatever the alias was, and why does he have a lisp? And he said, I think, childhood skiing accent when he was little, but let's not get caught up in the backstory of past aliases.
It was crazy.
And he was listening to bees to help him think.
It was adorable. It was so
and
cute.
then I have one more thing.
Oh, I didn't write it.
Yes. Sherlock helping Joan with her vest, her bulletproof vest,
Oh.
and then Belle complimenting her on it.
That was cute. So when's the next episode?
On the 31st.
That's tomorrow.
Spooky. 2.6 An Unnatural Arrangement.
Yes. All right, we're still watching Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Oops, I just went too far. We're watching season 1 of that. It's not my favorite. In fact, I'm jumping out of order here. We're also still watching Once Upon a Time season 3, and I would be fine with stopping watching, but the Hubs is enjoying both of them, and I know he watches things with me that he doesn't enjoy, so I'm keeping watching because he wants to. Covert Affairs, we're watching season 4. Oh gosh. It was insane. It's getting more and more unrealistic as we go, but it's gotten picked up for a new season. There's going to be season 5 of it. You know, because she's presumed dead, or everybody thinks she's dead, but she's really not. She's undercover, and we're watching season 7 of The Big Bang Theory. I made Damaris watch this week's episode because
You wanted me to?
Why did I want you to?
Because they referenced Doctor Who.
Because they referenced Doctor Who in the song, the most precious ever that Howard has been singing to Bernadette in isolation because she might have been infected with, I don't remember what it was, because she dropped the vials and she has to be in isolation. But it was the anniversary of their first date, I think it was, and he sang a song to her and everybody else was behind him singing backup and they referenced Doctor Who and they referenced Joss Whedon in the song. And it was adorable. I think one of my favorite episodes ever. And then at the end, where Amy is thinking about Sheldon kissing her, and we're all like, oh my gosh, it's real, and then it wasn't real. And Sheldon messing up and getting a raise anyway, even though he messed up his math. He, found something, some element or something. It was adorable. One of my favorite episodes. Alright, you're up next.
Atlantis 1.5 White Lies.
Yes.
Pacify is jealous of Ariadne.
Evil Queen's stepmother is jealous of Ariadne. I'm bad with names, you know that. That's why I put Evil Queen's stepmother.
And then Ariadne's brother tries to take her away to save her from Pacify.
Evil Queen's stepmother.
And Hercules was enamored by his beetle.
It was crazy. I don't know the name of the episode this weekend.
Neither do I, but I tweeted Pythagoras with a triangle thingy.
Episode 1.6 is this Saturday.
And it's unknown.
I probably could look it up while we're talking. But, and it got picked up for Series 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm typing while we're talking. Now, we also watched Downton Abbey, the new episode. Did I not predict what was going to happen? I said, didn't I? I go, I bet I know what the surprise is for his birthday. And I was right. But I am not looking forward to the next episode where the guy that raped Anna will be back. Why don't I have a list of the episodes on here? It was on here. Did they take it away? Because I know I've looked on here before. Oh, here we go. List of episodes. Oh, number of episodes, 13. Oh, I thought it was only going to be 6 or 7. So we're getting 13 episodes. Oh, it doesn't have a title. No, here it is. The Song of the Sirens is the next title for Atlantis. So, Downton Abbey. Yeah. We already talked about Once Upon a Time. Alright, so you're up next.
Castle.
Oh my gosh.
6.6, Get a Clue. And what? Castle meets National Treasure?
Yes, Castle. Castle meets National Treasure.
Oh, I think you're saying Castle, Rick meets National Treasure. I don't know what that
means.
means.
It's a person, National Treasure. No, Castle meets National Treasure.
Dun, dun, dun. And then there is a real treasure.
And they find it and they get trapped.
Yes. And they called the boys to get him out.
Yes, they did.
And Alexis is upset with Castle.
Very upset. Over pie. Mm-hmm. Not the kind you eat. He's a fruitarian. Yeah.
And he's counting bees.
Yes, that's his job. He counts bees. He should get together with Sherlock.
I would have thought Castle would think that counting bees is a pretty cool job. Bees.
Yeah, I don't know. So, what's her name that was tweeting a bunch of pictures? I mean, was Instagramming pictures last night. Tamala was Instagramming lots of pictures last night, and they were fun. Yes. She did another one after you went to bed.
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yes, of Stana and Nathan.
Yeah, it was sweet. So, when's the new episode?
On the 4th of November.
That's next week.
Yes. 6.7, Like Father, Like Daughter.
Yes. And then the Hubs and I are watching How I Met Your Mother Season 9. It wasn't a great episode, but yeah. I'm ready for the mother and Ted to kind of get together. We're dragging it out long enough. This is the last season. Let's let them get together and have a happy ending. And then we started, we were watching Bones Season 8 until
we started rewatching Doctor Who.
Yes, and so
Like, oh, this is a good idea.
yeah. So Bones season 8 got put on the back burner so that we can try to rewatch all of Doctor Who before the 23rd. So Bones will be back because we will get caught up on that. And that's all of our TV. Don't judge us. We watch a lot of TV. It's just how it is. All right, I think we should move on to the next segment. Now we're going to talk about the September, October, November giftable cowl, which is almost 2/3 done. In this cowl,
And we have lots of entries.
yes. So if you're new to the podcast, you can enter any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that is a gift for someone else, whether it's a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, baby gift, and whatever. You cannot have started the project before September 1st, and you have to finish it by November 30th. And you can double dip, and we have prizes. One of the prizes we know for sure is a bag from Kelly Connor Designs. And post your finished object picture in the FO Pics thread on Ravelry. You want to say who's entered this week?
Yes. Sharona the Mom, who is Sharon. Ryder Darling, who is Dory. Frey DeLee, who is Kim. Wisconsin Knitter, who is Eileen. Elle McCall, who is Linda. Sanrum, who is Sandra. Rose Bob, who is Rose. Laura Mag, who is Laura. Kelly Cron, who is Kelly. Maggie T. In, who is Florence. Winter 83, who is Jennifer. Kush.
I think it's probably her initials, KSH.
KSH1, who is Karen. A1 Dawan, who is Ashley. And Leaner, who is Eileen.
How many entries do we have total now?
135.
OMG, y'all are awesome. Way to go. And I love that we have some new people this week. I mean, I love that all of our returning viewers and people who've already entered it are continuing to enter it, because you can enter as many times as you want, once for each project that you finish. But I love seeing some new names who hadn't entered yet, so that was kind of cool. So, keep working on those projects and get her entered in the FO thread. We will draw for prizes on the first podcast after the end of November. All right. And now, we're to the end of our show. How about them apples? Is the end in sight? The end is yet to come? I'm trying to think of some colloquialism that I can say that would make a very wonderful title about finishing.
The end is near.
The end is near.
The end is nigh.
The end is nigh. Bill Nye, the science guy?
Bill Nye, the science guy.
In which the end is nigh. Bill Nye,
The science guy.
that maybe have to be our title. So I guess that's it for this week. Thanks for coming along and watching. Love you guys. You're awesome. Tell them how to find us on the worldwide interwebs.
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. Blip, YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes. And if you are in the area and are going to be at the Knit Night tomorrow night, Thursday night, or at the Wool Fest on St. Ab's Wool Fest, Wool Fast. We're fasting from the wool. No, I don't want to fast from the wool. Wool Festival on Saturday, the 2nd, or if you're going to be at the Edinburgh Guild on the 16th, we would love to see you. If you have a chance, send us a message on Ravelry just so we can be aware and be on lookout for you, because we'd love to meet you lovely people, because you are lovely and we love you muchly. That's one of my favorite words, muchly.
It's not a word.
It is a word because I said so, and sarcasm is my only defense. All right, so I think we should tell the people bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Happy knitting.